It's no wonder that Georgetown stands out as one of DC's most iconic and highly coveted neighborhoods. There's historic charm, there's luxury amenities, there's an unbeatable lifestyle. All of these things are major selling points. But lately, something else has been happening in Georgetown. Prices are surging. Did you hear me, sellers? Prices are surging. And there are some major shifts that could directly benefit you as a seller in the Georgetown market. Homeowners are capitalizing on this momentum, and you can as well. So, today we're going to actually uncover the secrets behind Georgetown's skyrocketing price appreciation. We're going to explore why now could be the perfect time for you as a high end homeowner to list and sell your Georgetown property. So, we are going to be focusing on price appreciation trends this week. I know I said we were going to wait till next week, but next week, the world is going to start shutting down. People are going to start spending time with family, they're going to start traveling, and all of that is going to start happening. So, there's no better time but the present. So, this week, you're going to get price appreciation trends. I'm going to break down why and how Georgetown is experiencing a rapid rise in value, why this matters for you as a seller, and how you can leverage these trends for a maximum return. So let's talk about price appreciation. It's a critical indicator of real estate value growth over time. Georgetown's property values have seen impressive jumps lately, with price appreciation rates that have climbed well over 14% in the past year alone. In fact, some of these trends that I'm going to show you and share with you today are going to be they're going to blow your mind, and they're going to go well beyond the 14%. So this growth is not random. It's driven by a combination of many factors: limited inventory, consistent demand, high profile new development projects. All of these things are things that we are going to actually cover in this video. So put on your seatbelt, because we have a lot to cover today, and you're going to want to save this video. You're going to want to earmark this video if you are a seller in Georgetown, because there is going to be a lot of data that's going to be shared. So why does this metric, why does price appreciation trends, why does that matter? Put simply, higher price appreciation, increased potential in equity. It's just that simple. It doesn't get any more simple than that. So it ultimately translates to larger returns when you decide to sell your property. So let's go ahead and let's look at some of these price appreciation trends and why it's so fabulous and such a fabulous time to think about listing and selling your property. So let's take that bird's eye view first of Georgetown. In October alone, we had closed sales of 14. We had 14 closed sales. And the reason why I wanted to key in on that is because Georgetown, obviously, it holds its own in Washington, D.C. However, it's not huge. The landmass is not overwhelmingly large. So for it to have 14 closed sales, again, it speaks to how much there is an interest and there is such a drive in the Georgetown market right now with homes, and with people interested in entering into the Georgetown market. So along with that, we had new pendings of 23 new pendings. So I can't stress enough how much these metrics are showing the interest that is there in the Georgetown market. Our active listings are 64. Months of the supply is 3.8. So 3.8, again, just shows that it is very much a seller's market, and that demand is moving very strong. And when we look at our total sold volume, just for October alone, little over $28 million, closed sales, 14 again. Our average sold price is over $2 million, our average sold price. And our average days on market, 37 days on market. And that makes sense when you're dealing with jumbo money, because you're talking about from the time of list to the time that all of our contingencies are removed. So an average of 37 days. And certainly with house prices well over $2 million, that just makes sense. So when we look at our chart and we're looking at our average sold price, starting here in October, almost $3 million for row homes, almost $3 million. So it's a 195% increase from October of 2023. Need I say more? Now, Georgetown is one of the areas in DC where we have row homes, we have condos, and we have single family homes. For this particular video, we'll look at all three, but we're going to primarily be focusing on the row homes because I would say for the most part, that is the type of property that you're going to find there in Georgetown. And they're just extremely charming. They hold a lot of history, much of the original hardware, meaning like the character, it has been has been maintained in these row homes, but then the twist on it is the modern traditional or the modern designs that have been added as well. So the blend of the two are just spectacular. Again, $2.9 million for our row homes. For August, we were at 2.5. I'm sorry, why did I skip over September? $1.9 million. Now, what I always talk about when we're looking at these numbers in the city, we're not looking at homogeneous homes. So this is not, we're all colonials, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, finished basement, like we are a lot of times in the suburbs. So when we see the variance, then now we need to look at, okay, well, what type of row homes were being sold? And that only makes sense in DC because you're going to have some that are going to they're going to be much more narrow. You're going to have some row homes that are going to be much wider. You're going to have some that have a basement, some that don't. And so, some that have a galley kitchen, some that have been opened up to be able to have almost like a great rooms feel, even living in the city. So that does actually affect the price point. But let's say, for instance, that we're looking at more of those homes that are galley style kitchens. They're much more narrow. Those, by the way, are some of my favorite Georgetown row homes. They are so charming. They're so quaint and quintessential. They're just the cutest button. It's like cutest button. You have to see it to understand the charm. But even a row home like that is almost at a 2 million price point. Let's check out some of these single family or detached homes, 5.4 million and 174% increase from July of 2023. I'm not lying to you, people. 4.7 million there in May, an 18% increase. Again, like I told you at the beginning, you were going to be just amazed at how the property values are rising in Georgetown. So more on that later. We're going to come back to our metrics later, but let's talk about why Georgetown is so special. It is a statement piece. It's a neighborhood that is actually a statement piece. It's like if a woman has on a beautiful statement piece with a fabulous outfit, Georgetown is like that. So it's a statement of luxury, history, refined living, and it's just so unique. And some of the things that make it unique and captures the attention of individuals is the upscale experience that exists in all quadrants of Georgetown. Cobblestone streets, tree-lined alleys, historic homes dating back to the 18th and 19th century. All of these things evoke a timeless charm that no other DC neighborhood truly can replicate. And there are some fabulous neighborhoods in DC. Georgetown is not the only one, but I mean, it is just so special in and of itself. So Georgetown boasts some of DC's best culinary experiences. Restaurants like Viola Mar provide elegant waterfront dining atmosphere. Shay's Billy Sud offer a taste of French sophistication. And it's no wonder why individuals who live there really love some of the dining options that they can get literally at their fingertips. So if you're thinking about adding value before you actually list your property in Georgetown, think about talking about the proximity that your home is to these famed dining locations. That can be a huge selling point for individuals who are looking for this type of upscale, luxurious lifestyle, and to know that, I don't have to get in the car. Literally, I am steps from this. Some individuals enjoy eating out every single day. So to know that they have this type of options just available at their fingertips where they can go in and enjoy this type of fine dining, chef's kiss. So this neighborhood, Georgetown, it's synonymous with upscale shopping. It truly is. Like if you want some of the best shopping in DC, Georgetown is a place to hit. Hues where the intermix both attract high-end shoppers. Stores like Dean and DeLuca, right now, I don't recommend going to Dean and DeLuca because at this time of the year, it is a madhouse in there because they just offer some of the most exquisite finds as far as those specialty food items. And so as people are having individuals over and being with family and want some of those finer options, Dean and DeLuca is the place to go, but it's a madhouse right now. Anyway, they provide exclusive gourmet items that fit right into the Georgetown lifestyle. There's homes near M Street that are especially desirable for those who enjoy this type of lifestyle. They want to be near shopping. They want to be near the fine dining options. They like the buzz of the city and just, how it truly comes alive. So if you're one of those individuals, if you own a home in that locale, that is something that you definitely want to highlight as you talk about your listing. Let's now look at some of the architecture before we actually talk about the historic homes and architecture. Let's look at some of this architecture that is actually found in Georgetown. I'm gonna hobble over to our website. And we didn't really talk about price points for condos, but we're starting out there with, and again, I like to always say that not all of these properties are listed by Taylor Properties. So on the website, you're going to see properties because we co-broke, we do business with everybody in and around town. So you're going to see listings from every real estate house for the most part around town. And so that's what's showcased here. So we didn't talk a lot about the condo market when we were looking at some of the metrics, but 424,000, you can actually enter into the Georgetown market and have a seat at the table for just 424,000. So that's some of the lowest hanging fruit, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. 515,000, you're going to get a little bit more opulence there. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but there's going to be greater amenities that are offered. So here we are at one of those properties, $4.5 million, 5 bedrooms, 5 bath, 3,700 square feet of space. And this is going to be a property where you are going to have, just some of the finest finishes that you can find. So this is one of the properties that I was speaking about earlier that is going to be a row home, but it's going to be a bit more expansive as far as what you can find for that great room situation. So it's really nice because everyone has come to really appreciate being able to be in a property these days where you have your guests over or it's just you and your family. And, you're able to cook if you enjoy that, or you're able to, prepare food, eat, dine, and socialize with one another. You're not cordoned off. And I always say that the kitchen is the heart of the home. When everyone comes over, they just want to be with the chef. They do. They want to be with where the food is. They feel like that's where the action is. They want to have conversation with you. Individuals have really, all of us have come to really appreciate being able to have a great room these days. And this is going to be one of those properties that is going to feature something like that. So this is a renovation, smart renovation, stunning renovation. Some of the most finest, qualities have been added to the charm of this home, originally built in 1896. So this is what I was talking about, where you're going to have a home that is charming. It is well over 100 years old, but the renovations bring it into the modern day, and you just have the touch of both. And so truly, truly a beautiful property. And then you have homes that are, they are on the lower end of the spectrum as far as the sale is concerned or the cost is concerned, built in 1938. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3 stories, just like the other one. Beautiful property on the inside, lots of renovations that have been done to the property, but it's again, a lot of the original elements of the home have been maintained. We dropped down to 2.5 million. So, this is right there, smack dab in the middle of the last two properties that we were looking at. And again, we see all the modern elements and design that has happened in this particular property. It just kind of runs the gamut when it comes to the Georgetown area and all that you can find there. And then just looking in one of these condos that we were speaking about, right under $600,000. This is going to be a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and just beautiful, charming. It's going to be more on the quaint side, but if you want to be in the heart of the city, if you want to be in a part of the city where your property is going to gain value time and time again, and have somewhat of a quiet oasis, and your point of entry is right there between 5 and 600,000, well, here you have it. And then here we have just a beautiful, stately single family home, as I spoke about, a little over $3 million. And the property has a beautiful front porch. The interior has been completely renovated. Some of the original charm has been kept. 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, little over 5,000 square feet. So again, it just runs the gamut. And when you come over to the website, nataliedean.taylorprops.com, you can search and look. And it's really important for you as a seller to be able to see, what is my competition doing? What are my neighbors doing? What have they done to the interior of the property? And again, remember that on my website, you can not only see if you change your filters, you not only get to see what's for sale, but you get to see what's coming soon. You get to see what's pending. You get to see what's sold. And you get to see even what is off market. And maybe that sometimes can be very insightful, because that shows you why didn't it sell. So all of those different metrics are extremely, extremely important. So then let's talk about, what's found there. We got a chance to see it. So we have federal style row houses, grand estates. It's filled with character-rich properties, notable architects like Appleton P. Clark. They have left their mark here in Georgetown, and many other famed developers. Those things are things that create a draw for area buyers. And so again, if you have one of those homes and it was originally commissioned by an extremely well-renowned architect, then that's something that you want to talk about in your listing. They have continued to create homes that continue to be a draw for those who are interested in historic charm. But let's also talk about some of the attractions that are found in Georgetown. We have Washington Harbor. That's another major highlight in Georgetown. This is where residents and individuals from all over the Washington, D.C. metro area, especially in the summer months, converge on Georgetown. You can enjoy some of the finest waterfront views in the Washington, D.C. area. There's yacht access. There's even ice skating in the winter. Does your home, is it adjacent to Washington Harbor? Or are some of the amenities that are there you enjoy on a consistent basis? Well, again, these are things that you would want to emphasize, because they're incredible amenities. And it's certainly an appeal for high income earners. And it's undeniable that it's a significant driver behind Georgetown's price appreciation. So we talked about earlier in the video that we were going to talk about some of the major developments that are going on in Georgetown. So one of the major ongoing projects in Georgetown is the 300-unit office to residential conversion. Developers are in the process of transforming an existing office building into 300 high-end residential units. Yes. So this is something that I have not talked about in any videos, but I knew was coming. We have so much commercial office space that has been rendered useless as a result of the pandemic. People have not come back to work. Brick and mortar is to a large degree going out of style. People are more inclined to, and even business owners and businesses alike are more inclined to have what we call hybrid work situation. So that has left us with an extreme amount of office space that is now just rendered almost useless. I mean, they've just become graveyards. So what are they going to do with them? Well, it's been talked about that many times over, they're going to be turned into residential living. And here we are. So here in Georgetown, we have this 300 high-end residential units, updated designs that align with Georgetown's historic aesthetics. And this project is crucial as it's going to continue to add high-end luxury residences, and it's going to also maintain the neighborhood character. So this type of development signals confidence. There's a confidence in Georgetown's real estate market. When major developers, major players are willing to come in and do a development of this magnitude, you just know that the real estate market is going in the right direction. And for you as a seller, it's something that, again, that you would want to capitalize on. So it adds even more appeal for potential luxury buyers that are interested in a mix of historic charm and modern amenities. That particular building does. But again, this is something that you would want to take advantage of because obviously these price points are not going to be low, and that's only going to drive up your price point there in Georgetown as a property owner. So this is critical insight for sellers right now. Georgetown is thriving in terms of price appreciation with double-digit growth, pushing values higher across the board. The high desirability combined with the upscale amenities and vibrant lifestyle elements, they're key factors in driving this trend. Are you going to take advantage of it? Is now the time for you as a property owner in Georgetown to take advantage of this thriving market? What might surprise you is just how consistent this growth has been, even during broader market fluctuations. A combination of history, exclusivity, and the proximity to everything from five-star hotels like the Ritz-Carlton and top-tier schools like Georgetown Day School. It has made this neighborhood elite. It's made it resilient, and it's made it extremely sought after. So if you are someone who has been just thinking about it, you've been twirling with the idea. Individuals are coming in droves into the Georgetown market. It's even a market where individuals because we have persons who like to invest, but they only like to invest in luxury properties. And right now, Georgetown is one of those neighborhoods that's on their radar. So if these trends continue, Georgetown could become an even hotter seller's market. And for those whose homes are valued at, as we saw, $900,000 and above, now is the perfect time for you to list while the market is primed and the demand is soaring. So are you curious about what this surge in price appreciation means for your home in Georgetown? Would you like to know if this is the ideal moment to maximize your property's value? What are your thoughts on how Georgetown's unique lifestyle contributes to these rising home values? Give us a comment, join the conversation. We want to hear from you as to what your thoughts are on some of the things that were shared today. Do these factors influence your decision on whether you're going to list now or you're going to wait? So as always, I like to provide actionable tips. As I said, I feel like Georgetown is going to continue to see strong appreciation rates over the next 6 months. So if you're thinking about selling, I recommend focusing on key areas. So this is the tips. Luxury outdoor spaces, and do strategic enhancements like upgrading your kitchen. Many of these homes are featuring the luxury marble waterfalls. The lighting packages are extremely important to the area buyers, while also maintaining, if you have one of those older homes, the historic charm inside of your property. All of these things make a huge difference in attracting the premium offer. So that is your actionable tip for today, along with highlighting the proximity to boutiques, waterfront, and fine dining. Buyers looking at Georgetown homes are drawn to the experience that Georgetown has to offer. So use this to your advantage in listing and selling your home. Consider leveraging the architectural heritage. Homes that preserve Georgetown's classic features are in high demand. I'm curious. I'm curious about how your Georgetown property could perform in today's market. If you're ready to take the leap, reach out. I'm here to provide personalized advice and help you to seize this opportunity to maximize the gains in your home. And don't forget to like this video if you are new to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe as we have weekly market updates, but sometimes we have daily market updates and insights about properties and neighborhoods all over Washington, D.C., various parts of Virginia and Maryland. And last but not least, certainly not least, click the link in the description for an instant valuation on your property. See whether or not now is the time for you to maximize the gain in your home. Drop a comment below on all of your thoughts, and let's discuss whether now is the ideal time to make your move. Next week, we're going to shift to new construction versus historic homes. It's going to be quite the showdown, and I think it'll be fun, especially because people are going to be in a buying mood. So, what are people most apt to buy right now? Is it new construction? Is it historic homes? Which one has the biggest draw? And will new developments take the crown, or will the timeless charm of DC's historic properties continue to reign supreme? So stay tuned because you don't want to miss it. And as always, make it a phenomenal day.